Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to another Daily Dice, where we ask the dice a question and find out what your message is for the day. Keeping in mind these are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave what does not, knowing that if you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and get into your reading. And real quickly here, if you are interested in taking me on the go and learning more about my own experience on the spiritual journey, my own tips and tricks as to what it was that I did to overcome the trials and tribulations and sufferings that I went through, check out my new podcast, which is on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. And there is a link down below in the description box for you to go there, which we will have a new episode every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for you to listen to. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading and find out what is a daily dice today, source. What messages do you have for my fellow humans here? What do they need to know? What is today's daily dice? So we have third house, Aquarius, and the moon. Shit, the moon. Okay, so this feels like building future friendships. Friendships that feel like a lifetime. Friendships that feel like they've been there. Like this is soul tribe, soul family coming in. Okay? And usually when we talk about third house, we're talking about siblings. We're talking about, early education, the mind, the thinking, the communication, our social activities, neighbors, things people we're surrounded by. And so this is giving me this energy of being surrounded by people who share like-minded energies with you, who have an idea of seeing the world the same way that you do. And not being afraid to express it as well. These are people who really thrive in that energy of being innovative and letting their intelligence shine and friendly and changing themselves, like reforming the things that they used to once, believe in or follow, and really letting themselves become emotionally detached from those ideas of who they thought they were and allowing themselves to change. Right? We're talking about building new friendships here with Aquarius. This is about building emotionally stable friendships, things that have been like a magnetism that comes from deep in the soul, like a deep knowing that, oh my gosh, you're meant to be in my life. And I don't know if that's for the whole rest of my life or if that's for a season, but you're meant to be here because we have very similar minds. We have very similar thought patterns. We have very similar beliefs. Even if you have you maybe have completely different religions, or maybe you have completely different cultures, or completely different upbringings, or complete age gaps, or anything like that, things that make you feel different, but there's no difference between you. There's this, it feels like home, right? And you feel like that you've known them and that they've known you, and there's this energy of understanding one another and wanting each other to do the best and always be loved and always have happiness, and security. A lot of nurturing with these friendships and going by your instincts and your intuition right now rather than what it looks like, or having friends just to say that you have friends, right? This is someone who takes your personal needs and lumps them in with their personal needs, and whatever it is that is best for you, it's like they see that as being best for them. And likewise for you, you see that as being for you as well. It's like both of you have very big hearts for one another and this caring energy towards one another. This could be a group of people too, when we think about Aquarians are very much they're like, you have Gemini, which is more surrounding about network, but Aquarians are more about groups of people. So this could be your whole soul tribe coming in, or like a new group for your soul tribe coming in, right? Like people you're connecting with. This could be people you're connecting with online who are very like-minded to you, or maybe you found a group somewhere or a community outreach program, I'm hearing, that you really get along with, and these are people that you could see building solid friendships with. And so today is about really letting yourself fall into that idea. What would it be like to have long-term relationships and friendships with these people? What would that mean for me, and what would that mean for them? What would that mean in my life? How would that change how I show up? How would that change what I do on a daily basis? Like, how would that change my social life? And am I willing to put forth that effort right now? Because if you're not willing to put forth that effort, you're not ever going to be forced into doing something that you're not ready or willing to do. But this is definitely about allowing yourself to expand outward and find people who are on a similar wavelength as you. I put those up way too high. Yeah, this could be people that you're working with. This could be people, like, this feels like building a community. You're building a community, or you're following a community that's being built, and you're like part of the beginning phases of it. It's like being put together. This is something that somebody created with their hands, an idea that somebody put together. It could be your idea, but it could also be somebody else's idea, and you stumbled upon it, and you're like, this is something that I need in my life. Okay? But it definitely feels like putting different people together who actually have a very common goal in mind, or who have a very common outlook in life, but it's very different. And together you're realizing that you create one bigger whole of this belief, and it's like you don't feel so alone anymore. Yeah, like this ability to communicate with others and have these very, very deep conversations that set your soul on fire, like conversations that share a deep truth about who you are. Like you see their eyes, they're different people, but their eyes are very similar, right? They're actually identical in this picture. Like the way you see the world, the perspectives that you share, while there may be some slight differences, it's like the perspective that you have is very much on the same wavelength. It's like you understand the world as a whole. You understand the workings of the universe, and you share that together. And so today is about really leaning into this idea, like, how is this going to impact me? So maybe you believe in the universe and you meet someone who's really religious and believes in God, but to you there's no difference. And even to them, there's really no difference. They see that you believe in this higher power and you share something in common, even if it's different. And that allows you to come together on a very common level, and you're able to talk to each other and have these deeper conversations about quote unquote religion, or quote unquote life, or the workings of life, the things that people like to stay away from because there's so many differences. And even though each one of you is different, you bring your own identity, your own unique view to it. You're still able to have this discussion that really like makes both of you feel very close, or makes all of you feel very close. Like everybody is welcome in this space because everybody has the same idea of committing to a higher knowledge, or committing to wisdom, or committing to something that is ancient, that, you know, we need, the world needs, or you need, right? What a beautiful energy coming through. House 7, profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. They cannot be more clear about this. This is all about connections. This is all about, and profound connections. This is about being able to connect with people in a way that you haven't been able to in a long time. Maybe you've been healing and you've been in hermit mode for a while, or just, you know, in solitude and away from people, right? Because you're healing yourself and trying to figure out why you may be invited in toxic relationships or invited in toxic situations. And now you've healed that. And now the next phase of the journey is connecting with like-minded people. Passion, right? Being passionate about what it is you're doing, having fun, playing around, being confident and creative, and not being afraid to share your viewpoint here. You know, confidence comes when you share your viewpoint, and you know that it's okay that you believe that, even if it's different from someone else. And it makes you feel even more confident when someone doesn't judge you because of what you believe. Why is this coming into your life? Because it's helping you release the old. It's helping you let go of what's no longer serving you. It's helping you come into this place of stability for new growth. Right? Think about it. If the trees held onto their leaves, would we ever actually have a spring? No, we wouldn't. Because they wouldn't have room to let the new growth come in. And so that's exactly what's coming in here. It's like this is a time of new growth by helping you get to this new phase of building relationships so that you can truly let go of the past. You're closing a cycle. This is the end of a cycle. And staying vigilant on your journey. Like, just because you're inviting new people into your energy doesn't mean that you have to give up on what it is that you're currently doing. But it is okay to move things around and make space for these new adventures, right? So say maybe every day you show up and you meditate at 5 o'clock at night and someone wants to go to dinner at 5 o'clock at night. Can you move that meditation to 4 o'clock one day so that way you can go out at 5 o'clock? Like, that's what they're saying. Just make space. Like, don't be afraid to make space, but don't give up on what you're doing. Like, or maybe just move that meditation until right before bed. You know, whatever it is that works for you. That's just an example here that they're showing me. It's like just allowing yourself to make space, but still staying vigilant to your journey, still staying on course and not letting your resolve, you know, fail. It's not going to falter here, right? It's actually going to be built stronger here. What a beautiful, beautiful message. So this is what I'm seeing for you. That's all I have. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here and get on out of here. But until next time, stay human. And if it resonated, leave me a thumbs up. Bye.